Thursday. We've hit 20,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. Thank you to everyone that's hit the subscribe button. She agrees with me. See? A couple of people were asking, I think Eileen asked as well, but I think your comment got eaten by the system because I can't find it, but asked if there was sewing wasn't possible until everything's unpacked. My machine wires are in here somewhere. I don't know where, as is scissors, all those kind of things. I mean, at the moment, the things that I know where they are and are organised are my patterns and my fabric. Other than that, I have no idea where anything really is. So what I thought I'd do today is rearrange these cubes. I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm going to put this taller one here because this structure, which quite a few of you have been asking about as well, I'm trying to, there you go, this structure here is actually configured to fit 2 really useful boxes side by side and 6 in total, and that's where the Christmas decorations are going to live because I have taken up the entirety of one of the many attics in the house with my sofa and my kitchen stuff. So there's nowhere for the Christmas decks to live other than in this structure. So when those boxes go in, we're going to lose all that height there. They're going to be right on top. So I'm going to move it around so that the tall boxes, that one is here, and these all move over a bit, and hopefully that should give me a little bit more top of box to ceiling height available. That's the plan for today, which means I have to take everything out of all of these, clear this corner, and move some furniture around. Mum said she's going to come and help me in a little bit, but I really need her to help me move the actual units once everything's empty, but I can empty this all out myself. So that's what I'm going to be doing, hopefully with Chiana's help, although she doesn't sound overly impressed about being in here, so I might take her up again. I'm trying to get her used to it because she cries if she knows I'm here, and she's in the bedroom, so I'm trying to get her used to coming down to work with me. We'll see. There's some holes in the fabric for her to go and stuff herself into, so fingers crossed she does that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Mum's bought me a parcel. I think this is my fabric. I always like getting fabric from Selvage and Bolts. Well, this is my second time getting fabric from it. Oh no, look! Oh, I hope the thing is in here. Yes, it is. The reason I like getting fabric from Selvage and Bolts she gets me.
Oh, what is it? Fabric and Selvage and Bolts.
Selvage and Bolts is the name of the company.
Yeah.
And she specialises in getting end of line kind of like ex-designer fabrics.
Oh, right.
This isn't a designer fabric, but it's inspired by the Dolce & Gabbana fabrics. Mm. You know, the Get the Look for Less video that I did?
Yeah.
With the patchwork dress.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful.
Big patchwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, somebody came up with the idea of using the filler yard on Spoonflower, which was a brilliant idea, but they don't do cotton lawn, so I'd have to get it on a cotton sateen, which would be thicker and more expensive than this.
Yeah.
And they only print 2 yards at a time, and they won't do a continuous 4-yard order. This company just happened to put this on their Instagram, like literally after I'd just posted it on the Peeps group, and it was like, this is perfect. It's beautiful. Slightly less expensive than Spoonflower, but only just. So it's going to make a very pretty sundress. They only had 10 metres of it, so I didn't tell anyone that it was coming up for sale, and I told Rachel, and
yeah.
but only because she messaged me and said, do you know when it's going on sale? And I was like, yes. So
well done.
I'm very happy, and she won't be getting it back in stock, so I'm sorry guys, but if you don't follow Selvage and Bolts on Instagram, you definitely should, because she puts previews up of all the fabrics that she's going to be selling, and then she'll tell you what time they're listing. So
Getting quick.
Getting quick, yeah. This sold out in under a minute.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there were 10 metres of it, and on the Instagram post there were 12 people saying they wanted it, so... Yeah. And this is one of those fabrics that I thought, it's going to haunt me if I don't buy it, and it's never coming back on again. It needs washing. It's cotton lawn, so it shall be washed as normal. What do you think, Mum?
Yeah.
I think that's a better use of space.
Yeah.
I do think that gives us more...
Yes, no, I think that's very sensible.
And then, you know, I mean, it would have been easier to wait till the new furniture arrived on Monday and then just transfer the stuff that's going to live in there over, but we've got nothing to do. So
no.
We're kind of just like making jobs for ourselves.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that's good. Not the most drastic of changes, and again, as I said, it probably would have been better to wait till the furniture had arrived on Monday, because all of that is going to go in, and all of that's going to go and live in that new piece of furniture, as are the drawers. But it was something to do today, because we have pretty much not had much to do other than organise what's out, so it's fun. And I have ended up with a cube left because I moved those out of a cube, so I'm going to unpack some more of my knit fabric, which will be nice. Hey peeps, happy Saturday. I am back in the sewing room. I've just kind of wandered down here to sort of sit, have a look through some patterns. Yeah, I've been editing, I have been script writing and those kind of things, but I miss sewing. I haven't had the text message from Ikea as yet, but they should be coming on Monday between 9 AM and 7 PM to drop off the rest of the furniture. There's a few little bits and pieces for the main house, but the majority of it is for down here. Not loads, as I say. It's another 5x5 cube unit. Some legs for a table we already have, but it should allow us to unpack the rest of that. The bits and pieces I wanted to buy for the cutting table are out of stock on Ikea. We tried getting Arbor Garden Solutions to send the cutting table or the potting table, or the workbench as they call it, to a freight courier in Southampton, and they won't do that. It says they deliver on their website, but it didn't give an area of where they deliver to, and I emailed them and just asked, you know, where they would send it to and what the size of the package was, so that I could let the freight company know, and I just got an email back saying we don't deliver. So like, oh, okay, you might want to change that on your website as well. So yeah, the Ikea stuff that we want is not in stock, but Dad has found this bracket system that guarantees you perfect right angles with a particular size of timber, CLS I believe it is, I can't remember the dimensions, but we have bought, or Dad has bought, 2 of those bracket systems to make us a cutting table with. So he's going to order all the timber, he's going to put the frame together, then we're probably going to go to B&Q for the MDF sheets and have them cut them perfectly for us to be dropped in, so that we have 2 shelves, a little drop shelf for the cutting mat, and then a tabletop, which will need to be pieced together because I want it 5 foot wide. Once we've got that done, we can put the lino on the top and the beading around the edge. Linoleum. No, I can't say the word. A couple of you were asking in the comment section what I meant by lino. I literally can't say it, but yes, the floor covering. And as I say, the super fancy company that make cutting tables called Emir, they make cutting tables for people like John Lewis and Ateliers and things like that. They use lino on the top of their tables. It seems like a really good idea, because finding sheets of anything that are sturdy enough, that are bigger than 4 foot wide, is very difficult. Apparently industry standard for building supplies for it to be 8 foot by 4 foot. I would like the table to be 5 foot wide, so it's 152 centimeters, so ever so slightly wider than the widest dressmaking fabrics, not the widest quilting fabrics, but we've got enough room for a giant table. 60 inches wide would be cool though. Yes, I literally can't say it. But that, yes, we're going to put that on the top, which will cover up the join of the 2 pieces of MDF that we need, which is going to be great because as you guys know, I trace a lot of patterns, and it would be nice to not have a divot in the middle of the table that I constantly have to trace over, kind of thing. So yeah, that's progressing. We've had the carpenters come today to quote and have a look at the alcoves that are in the front room for the bookcases. There's a 4-week lead time for them, so yeah, waiting for somebody to come and do the table would be a bit of a pain. So I'm very grateful that Dad's willing to give it a go. So it's going to be interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, as I say, I kind of come down here to potter a little bit because there's only so much editing you can do. There's only so much of the sound of your own voice you can take in large doses. So I think I'm going to sit down and have a look through my trouser patterns. I might try and readjust the heights on these top shelves just to so it's not so there's still going to be way more room than I need for the patterns, but just so there isn't this giant gap at the top, just adjust that a little bit. I mean, that's kind of like the little fiddly jobs that are kind of left to do for what we can do at the moment, so that's the plan. That's much more aesthetically pleasing. Lots of space, but more even. I like it. Hey peeps, happy Monday. Welcome back to the sewing room. You're gonna be seeing a lot of this backdrop going forward. I do like filming in my bedroom, but if there's even a tiny little bit of sun, then it's impossible because it's a south facing window and the sun comes in and I can't see anything. I just end up squinting at the camera. So I imagine, especially over spring and summer, I will be filming in here a lot, and I love how it looks. It's awesome. So I came down here today. I was going to organise some boxes of fabric. I've got a couple of boxes of scuba and a couple of boxes of woven fabrics. The scuba is done. Past me was very good about only putting in the scraps that will work for swimsuits and underwear. Before any of you say underwear made out of scuba, I don't intend to make the entire piece of underwear out of scuba. I intend to use the pretty scuba fabric as like an accent piece, make the rest out of breathable materials, because the idea of full scuba underwear does not appeal. But full scuba bathing suits and bikinis does appeal, and I have made those in the past. So I have 2 boxes of scraps. I mean 2 boxes this size, that is the blue boxes I'm talking about, 2 boxes of scraps of scuba and the swimwear lining that have already been sorted. And I mean, I already made myself something like 9 bikinis a couple of years ago, and I will make more. I enjoy the prints. So I was then going to organise the woven fabrics, but I want to go through that with Mum because I only want to keep things that are going to be useful for quilting for her, and the rest of the stuff I am going to get rid of because it's been in those boxes for a couple of years and I've not used it, so I'm never going to use it. But Mum is out walking the dog at the moment, and when I say get rid of, I don't intend to put them in the rubbish. I'm not going to send them to a landfill. I want to use all of my scraps to stuff closet case poofs or dog beds. Mum and I have pretty much filled up both of our poofs. Unfortunately, I don't have room for mine in my bedroom, so it's in my ottoman bed, stored for future use. Mum's is in the front room and the dog uses it as a bed. I am going to buy myself some cheap towels, make them into rectangles and stuff them with leftover fabric scraps from all the things that I make, and then I'll donate them to the local RSPCA for dog beds and cat beds. Hopefully that will be something they want. I will double check with them beforehand. If it's not, then I will think of something new to stuff, but I don't want to put any of my tiny pieces of fabric into landfill because the process of making fabric is already environmentally damaging as it is, and I have a lot and I have made a lot, so I want to try and be as ethical, I think that's the correct, I mean it's, yeah, economical, ethical, conscious about what I'm doing with my fabric scraps as possible. So I was then like, well, what else am I going to do today? I don't know, but I have realised I'm sitting here looking at my PDF patterns in their little file folders, which I'll turn you around and show you in a second, and there's loads of them that don't have pictures on the outside, so I am going to make a list of all of those, go up to the main house, print them off onto printer paper, which I hope I know where it is. Thinking about it, I don't actually know where it is, so I might need to order some more printer paper so that I can create stickers for all of the file folders. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Yes, I have PJs on. I was expecting to be sort of like hoofing boxes around and stuff in here, but I'm not. But I don't want to be wearing any of my pretty dresses, especially shirt dresses, because I will lose buttons. Ask me how I know. But yeah, so okay. So here we go, McCall's 7974. Now I know that is that dress that I have made 3 times and I really, really like, but when I'm just scanning through them quickly, I miss not having a photo on it, like, for example, this one. So it's an A5 size. I've cut, it was printed on A4 sticker paper. I printed 2 pattern pictures on an A4 piece, cut them in half, and then stuck them on the appropriate envelope. So I'm going to go through and make a note of all of the ones of these that I don't have pictures on, so that I can go print them all out. I don't think I'm going to get it done today because I don't think I have any sticker paper, but I shall get some of that ordered, and then I can come back tomorrow and hopefully it'll arrive tomorrow and stick them back on. So that's going to be quite a mammoth task because there is a lot that don't have labels as yet. Fun times. I think I actually did make a list like this during a live hangout once and I've lost it, so I'm going to have to go through and do it all again. But these are the kind of jobs that I hate doing and I've been putting off, but I literally have nothing else to do, so it makes sense to try and get it done today.
One eternity later.
Okay, so that's a fairly giant list of pictures that I need to print out, so I'm going to go and see if I can discover where the sticker paper is. If not, shall order some. I have found all of the images that I need to print out for my file folders tomorrow, and I didn't have any sticker paper, so I have ordered some and it will be arriving tomorrow according to Amazon Prime. Fingers crossed. Hey peeps, happy Tuesday. So with the joys of next day delivery, the sticker paper has arrived and I have printed out all the pictures of the patterns so I can stick them on the file folders so that it will be easy to identify what is what when I am quickly flicking through. Usually with like names like the Mimi G Jessica dress, for example, and the Ulysses trench, those I already know what they are. It's the big 4 patterns with numbers that I would need most direction with, but I thought, you know what, if I'm going to do this, let's do it properly, let's do all of them. So now I need to cut them all out and stick them all on, so I'm going to get that done. Fun times. Our electrician is here today, which is amazing. He is doing a whole bunch of jobs up at the house. I'm getting a new light fitting, a new switch, and he's also threading through a cable so that I can have my fairy lights on in the corner with the remote control plugs that Wilson got me for Christmas. I think it was Christmas. It might have been a birth. No, it was Christmas last year. No, the year before. Wow. And then there's like he's putting lights up in the wardrobe room, changing sockets over in the dining room so that the TV can go on the wall so the person in the kitchen can see it, because the TV was on the other wall and yeah, it was just a bit weird. And you know, little bits and pieces like that. Come down here a couple of times and all of the electricity's been off because obviously he's doing things that he needs to turn the electricity off, so it's been like but at the moment we have lights, and so I am going to try and get all these stickers stuck on. Wish me luck. So it should be much easier now to flick through and just see the picture of the pattern rather than trying to remember what number it is. There are still a few that I haven't got pictures on because I thought things like the named answer top, I know what that looks like, but I think I might actually go through and print pictures for those ones as well. But definitely got pictures on all the big 4 numbered patterns, so it should be much easier to find what we're looking for. I know it's not quite the same because it's still light outside, but my fairy lights are working and I have my new ceiling light on, which is awesome. So I've just had dinner with Mum and Dad. We had a Domino's, which was really, really yummy. I'm quite pleased with what we've got done in the sewing studio today. Mum and I went through a couple of the blue boxes. I mean, Mum went through them and folded them all. We kind of tried to decide what we're going to do with the fabric from there. Also sticking on all those, it's all the little jobs that we've been putting off forever and that I've not wanted wanted to do, but we've got nothing else to do at the moment, so it seems like a good time to just buckle down and get them done. But I'm really pleased with that. So I'm going to finish the vlog here because it's been about 4 days of little bits and pieces everywhere. So I hope you've enjoyed what I have filmed. I will be filming for the rest of the week, whatever we get up to, and fingers crossed next week I'll be able to finish unpacking the sewing studio, which is so exciting. But I hope you enjoyed what I have filmed, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!